Zay Collier, Paris Smiley, the wide receiver duo, Joey Leuzzi, Anthony DeMarco. The offensive line going from left to right, Timothy Hahn, Owen Begeman, Shane Williams, Tim Flaherty, and Aiden Jones. We'll get to the Aquinas defense after this 1st and 10 play at the 43-yard line as the man Collier goes into motion. The throw will come near side, and that'll be caught. Coming down with that is Anthony DeMarco. So Marco, a nice gain of 9. For the Little Irish, Jaleel Johnson at the middle of that defense. Lucas Leone, true freshman. He's done a great job this year. Trent Hill, the other linebacker. Ben Kingsley, Quante Williams are the defensive ends. John Breedy and Jalen Owens are your tackles. Maj Giddens, C.J. Robinson are your corners, and Sean Riley and C.J. Kamek are your safeties. 2nd down and 2. Yes, this will be Mahar under center. Good down and distance as the Knights will have the bubble formation. And this is a busted play as Mahar was expecting the running back to go to the left side and the Irish get the sack. That's John Breedy with the tackle for the loss.
Number 76, John Breedy. Loss of 5. 3rd and 7.
Offensively against this Irish defense.
To the far side, DeMarco will line up, as well as Paris Smiley. So split receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. This is 3rd down and 7. Mahar is going to send Collier into motion. And Mahar throwing, wants Collier, and it's in and out of the hands. And we got a flag down as well. And indeed, it's going to be against McQuaid. And I would think that head coach Derek Anacino would decline here to bring up 4th down. And Anacino all the way out, saying no, let him punt it away here. And so McQuaid will bring out their punting unit, and Aquinas.
4th down and 7.
Deep back will be Terrell Richards, number 4. McQuaid has won the last 3 meetings between these two schools. McQuaid, 2-time sectional champ. Dominic Sansone gets a high snap and is going to get just enough. All things considered, not so bad, as it's going to roll out of bounds, and the Little Irish will take over on their own 37-yard line, as once again we bring you the starting lineups presented by William Mattar. Heard in a car, call William Mattar. And for the Little Irish, Michael White is their quarterback. He'll have an offensive line going from left to right of James Eldred, John Breedy, Gio DeFazio is your center, right guard Drew Eddy, Aaron McDaniels, the right tackle, Will Benjamin, the player we focused on in the pregame show, number 13, Terrell Richards, Jack Vandenbush is the tight end, and Amaje Giddens is the running back. 1st and 10 for the Little Irish. We'll get to the McQuaid defense after this 1st down play. Michael White will send a man into motion. We get a flag through 4, and we're going to get a false start on Aquinas.
Both teams kind of working the bugs out early here, Gene. There's this rivalry, it dates back a long time, and both teams know how important this game is.
Last time McQuaid had a home game against Aquinas, that was the game at Frontier Field. To our knowledge, the first ever high school football game at the Red Wings baseball stadium. As we take a look at the McQuaid defense here on this 1st and 15 play, as White takes the snap and he'll hand off between the tackles, and Giddens trying to move those legs, gets maybe 3 on the play. McQuaid is going to rotate in, and they're going to move their linebackers around. Some of the names up front: Stanford Smith, Max Schofield, number 24, Tanner DeGrazia. Linebackers: Paris Smiley, Henry Koch, Kendall Burno, Max Newcomb, Zay Collier, Dominic Romano. 2 fine corners, Anthony DeMarco and Gavin Brownlee are your safeties. Giddens did not get back to the line of scrimmage, so loss, or actually he did. That was the 1st and 15, so this will be 2nd down and 12. As White will be under center. Takes the snap and going right back to Giddens. Nice big hole left side. And Giddens going ahead, gets it across the 45 and up to the 47-yard line for a gain of 11 to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Well, if you've been watching the Little Irish and paying attention this season, this is not a surprise. Majay Giddens ripping off 11 yards per rush on the season. Has a long rush of 63 on the season. Look for this guy to be playing on Saturdays for sure. Ripping off a long run there to make it 3rd and manageable here.
Opening drive here for the Little Irish after they forced the 3 and out by the Knights. Jaleel Johnson will be to the top of your screen, number 3, and now he's going to go into motion on 3rd and short. White going back to Majay Giddens. Breaks a tackle, gets to the outside. He's into McQuaid territory. Stiffs arms a man and across the 40, across the 35, and Giddens will be knocked out of bounds. Majay Giddens for the Little Irish.
But Derrick Henry like stiff arm there on that run by Giddens to convert on the 1st down. See a good shift to the right.
Gain of 26 on the play.
Or Zay Collier on the receiving end of that stiff arm.
Ball down to the 28-yard line. As Richards will be one of the 2 receivers, along with Johnson to the right. White out of the shotgun. The snap and going right back to the ground to Giddens, and Giddens lowering the shoulder, and this time he'll get about 4, maybe 5. We'll call it a gain of 4 to bring up 2nd down and 6 as White goes back to the sideline to get the call from his head coach, Derek Anacino, class of 1989.
2nd down, 6.
That was a great class for Aquinas, I hear.
Debatable. 2nd down and 6. Jack Vandenbush, the tight end to the left of this formation. Michael White out of the shotgun. He's going to hand off. And getting spun down. Will Benjamin and McQuaid. When we talk to Bobby Bates, that's the one player they want to key in on. Will Benjamin is a marked man here tonight.
Yeah, and he's been pacing the Little Irish on the ground with just under 700 yards on the season, Gene. 9 touchdowns. Guy that's been playing as a 4-year varsity starter for the Little Irish. So look for that guy. He could break one at any time, and certainly could be the attention of the McQuaid defense tonight.
You think it's 4-down territory here with the ball at the 26-yard line. Lost on the play. This brings up 3rd down and 8. White is under center, and he's going to go back to Giddens, and Giddens plowing ahead and making the tackle there. Henry Koch, the linebacker, wrapping up good form on that. And this brings up 4th down for Aquinas, and they're going to go for it.
Yeah, listen, this is a complete Little Irish team here, all 3 phases. Their special teams is accounted for multiple scores this season as well. And how you know they're going to go for it, they've only attempted 1 field goal all season long. Yeah, they're going to keep the pedal on the gas here while they've got it in McQuaid territory.
Broncos field goal attempt coming from 21 yards, so haven't tried anything this far. 4th down and 6. As Benjamin will be in the backfield alongside of White. Here's the snap. White fires left side for Benjamin. It's knocked away. And McQuaid gets the big play. That's Koch, the linebacker. The Knights take it over on downs.
Henry Koch just making a play on the ball. Full extension. Great play to end the Little Irish drive. You can see it right there. And they were going to Benjamin, and that's the guy that the Knights wanted to key on tonight. Kind of keep an eye on him.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line as the Knights defense holds in the end thanks to the pass breakup by the linebacker Koch. And Mahar will be out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the pitch left. He's going to get it to Collier, and Collier is surrounded by white jerseys. Somehow he's going to pick his way across the 30. And that shouldn't have gone for that much yardage, so credit to the wide receiver from McQuaid.
Yeah, I'll give Collier credit on that. He was surrounded by 3 Little Irish defenders, and he somehow made 2 of them miss. And I wonder if the Little Irish want to be a little bit more aggressive here on defense, kind of attack and finish their tackles.
So it'll be second down and short. And we get a whistle here. Head coach Bobby Bates going out to talk to the official. McQuaid winning a thriller. Can't say last year. You got to say last season. It was in April.
Yeah,
spring ball, which you brought up an interesting point on our Zoom calls this week, Mike. It was the first week, finally, we didn't have really any talk about last season. That's now pretty much in the rearview mirror. Second down and 1 for the Knights as the handoff will go between the tackles. And the Knights get their first down of the night. That's Sean Overly's. That played good for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. Well, we hop to it.
There's some motion on the field after the play. You can see number 6 for McQuaid and Sean Riley thinking that they might have been held on that play, and a little extracurricular after the play as well. First down, Knights.
Mahar out of the shotgun once again. 3 wide receivers. Leuzzi to the near side, going back to the ground as Overly's makes one cut and will get it up to the 40-yard line for a gain of 3. Bring up second down and 7.
Gene, we haven't talked a lot about defensive players who get a coach's attention, but that's certainly what number 3 for Aquinas has done for head coach Bobby Bates at McQuaid. They want to figure out exactly where he is on the field and make adjustments based on where he's setting up.
Jaleel Johnson now, see, he's going to go from the left over to the right side, so they really use him all over the place, and this time they go right up the gut as a result. Adjusting right at the line, that's going to be Overly's who brings it down to the 48 of Aquinas. That's a gain of 12 and good for another Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
And Johnson had a chance at that play, was neutralized, but a great hole exploited by the Knights and a first down, moving the chains. You can see the frustration of the Aquinas defense.
Second first down for the Knights here on their second drive of the evening, as now we're under 5 minutes to go here in the first. As Mahar will just tell his offensive line the play. Harding is now in the backfield for the Knights, and he will get the call. Didn't like what's ahead of him, and the run blitz works for the Little Irish as coming up to make the tackle. Trent Hill, number 27.
Loss of 1. Seconds and 11.
A loss of 1 on the play. Bunch formation to the left side. Everybody packed in here for Aquinas. 9 men in the proverbial box. As under pressure, Mahar, he's going to sidearm it Mahomes style. Gets it out to Leuzzi, who gets a block and breaks a tackle. And then leans forward. He'll be close to the first down, 2 yards short. That's making something out of nothing for the Knights.
Yeah, and Amaja Giddens had a chance to stop that play from gaining any kind of forward momentum, missing a tackle there. And this kind of been the theme so far on defense for the Little Irish. A little bit tentative and not really finishing their tackles, as you see the miss there by Giddens on the attempted tackle, close to a first down here.
3rd and short, as Schofield will come in as an extra tight end here for the Knights. And you figure this is 4-down territory. Aquinas coaches are right on the field yelling something, and they let the play go as it'll be Harding leaning forward, and this is going to depend on the spot.
Trent Hill with the tackle for Aquinas.
Trent Hill, another tackle for the Little Irish. And they're going to ask for the measurement here.
It was an impressive linebacking core for the Little Irish, isn't it? You got Jaleel Johnson kind of anchoring it, the senior, who is just an absolute machine on defense with 70 tackles on the season. But then you've got a sophomore in Trent Hill. And let's not forget about Lucas Leone, the freshman, number 55, who we had the chance to meet earlier this week on the Zoom calls.
Yeah, Leone. How often do you have a freshman as a captain? That's Derek Anacino building for the future there. And it is going to be just shy here, it looks like. They're really making sure. So 4th down.
4th down and 3.5 inches.
Yeah, you're going to go for this at the Aquinas 38. Breedy and Owens are the defensive tackles for the Little Irish on 4th and inches. See if Aquinas will try to do the run blitz to fill those gaps here. As Mahar under center, he's going to hand it off, and I don't think Oberle's got it. No, he didn't. The Little Irish defense holds. They'll take it over on downs. We will take a break. Still looking for our first score here tonight. This is Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
At Brownie Stadium at St. John Fisher College, guys. No score between McQuaid and Aquinas. Now, 7 of the last 9 Section 5 Class AA championships have been won by either McQuaid or Aquinas, with the Knights winning the last 2 seasons. McQuaid head coach Bobby Bates told us this week that the rise of his program can be credited to the process. They established how to lift, they established how to practice, they established how to handle the offseason. And because of it, the program has grown exponentially over the last few years. They now have 150 student athletes participating in the program, from modified all the way up to varsity. They said at McQuaid they don't have rules, they have standards. And because these athletes have bought in, they're now seeing the results, guys.
Thank you, Kevin Roche, our sideline reporter tonight. And this appears to be a hold here against the Little Irish, and certainly trying to change the culture. And when we talked to Coach Bates, he almost chuckled because he used the word process, because you live in West New York and you like football. You probably hear that word once or twice when describing the Buffalo Bills, but quite dangerous. It's actually accurate how McQuaid has kind of transformed here to become this state power, this national power.
And isn't it interesting when you watch pregame, you see how the Little Irish came out on the field and they're fired up and they're jumping around the 50-yard line. McQuaid, all business, kind of marching out 2 by 2 onto the field. Not a lot of enthusiasm, just all business. I think that's exactly how Coach Bobby Bates wants his guys to play. Level-headed, disciplined. They know what their job is and they know what the standard is.
After the penalty, boy, holding calls here, and this is what Derek Adicino referred to as mistake-free football. That holding call going to back Aquinas up here. 2nd and very long here is now the handoff going, and that will be Benjamin. So the wide receiver, they will use him at the running back position. That's going to go for 7. So on 1st and 25 to bring up 2nd down and 18.
Benjamin, all period. Dominic Romano in on the tackle.
So if you're just tuning in, welcome. This is Friday Night Rivals, as we have no score, and the story so far, defense. McQuaid stopping Aquinas in McQuaid territory on a 4th down. Henry Koch with the breakup. And then it was Aquinas stopping McQuaid on 4th down. Now it's Aquinas' turn to try to move the football here on 2nd down and 18. Johnson going into motion. As White, the play action, Johnson will get that screen pass, and he bounces right off a tackle. Whoa, you could see the way that was lining up there, Mike Danger. How did he bounce off of that?
Everybody held their breath for a split second there, Gene, and that just kind of shows you the toughness of Jaleel Johnson, the senior for the Little Irish. I mean, led exactly perfectly, but right into a tackle, and it was Johnson who was able to thrust forward for some yardage on that gain.
That was the corner, Dominic Romano. Did everything right there.
Yeah.
Other than just...
Except bring him down.
Bring him down, right. Yeah, you got to wrap up there, I suppose, but... Dude, you could have really lit him up, though. That's what we're referring to. Here's 3rd down and long. Chance for McQuaid to get off the field as White in trouble, throws across the middle. It's going to be caught. Good enough for the 1st down for the Little Irish, as bringing it into McQuaid territory. It's Jaleel Johnson. So on 3rd down and 13, the Little Irish get 15.
Yeah, and after Jaleel Johnson took that shot on 2nd down, no worse for the wear on 3rd down to convert here. You see White finding his open man, crossing midfield for the 1st down. Aquinas 1st down.
Play good for another Kangaroo 1st down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it, as now we're under a minute to go here in a scoreless 1st quarter. What a play by Michael White. He was under pressure there, delivering a nice ball. The Aquinas quarterback, just one man in the backfield, no wide receivers, as he's going to hand it off. And Aquinas showing the run formation, and they'll go ahead and run as they're going to bring it down to the 42. And if Derek Anacino wants to do it, he can bring it to the quarter here as the game clock, play clock is essentially off.
Yeah, it's Amaje Giddens, who's had himself a nice year for the Little Irish so far. 11 yards of rush so far in the season.
6 touchdowns on the season as well. And White is over there. And yes, Aquinas moseying over to the sideline. That's going to bring us to the end of a quarter. What an entertaining quarter here. We've had some big defensive plays. Exactly what you would want. 2 of the top 10 teams in New York State here on William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive here on CW Rochester.
Back here on Friday Night Rivals, where Aquinas and McQuaid are scoreless heading into the second quarter. You know, we talked to Aquinas head coach Derek Anacino this week about the opportunity he has to coach his alma mater. He said it's the best feeling in the world to be surrounded by some of the best and brightest each and every day at the Aquinas Institute. He said he hasn't been with any other program, and he has no intention of ever being with any other program. Guys, for Anacino, it's AQ for life.
Yeah, and that is going to be 42 yards on that run. Thank you very much, Kevin. Will Benjamin bursting through the left side. You see some of that speed. So after a scoreless first quarter, first play of the second quarter, Aquinas getting on the board. And that score, of course, good for another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. Will Benjamin, 5 plays, 61 yards, that drive going. Here's Bronco kicking toward Keating Terrace, and it's no good. So Bronco, who had been 24 of 28 on the season, our score is 6-0 here. As Aquinas breaking through here, and that is what the Little Irish can do to you, Mike Danger, especially when you have number 13 on that team.
Yeah, Benjamin's a special player, and we were told by head coach Derek Anacino earlier in the week, watch out for him. He can break one at any time. We saw it on that one, and he's been doing this all season long for the Little Irish.
And let's go back to the play that White made. 3rd down and 13, stepping up and then finding his receiver to keep the chains moving there on that drive.
White's impressive, and he can pass when you need him to. 70% passer on the season, Gene, with 12 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Head coach Derek Anacino letting us know that all week long, or that every week he just improves a little bit more and more after starting the season week 1 as their quarterback.
Henry Koch deep back, also back, Zay Collier. So you do have playmakers that can return it here for the Knights. This is a home game for McQuaid. And when it became apparent that we'd be bursting at the seams on Elmwood, the school a couple weeks ago said, you know what? Let's call up Fisher, see if they'll have us. Fisher gladly coming in. And the fine folks here, Megan Costello and everybody, Sean Farnsworth, welcoming us with open arms here. We appreciate that. A squib kick. Well, that's one way to keep it away from Collier. And it's going to be brought up. No, it's actually going to be Collier. Sneak it up, and he gets it. And he gets it up to the 41. Now, for the Little Irish, good open field tackle there made by Brandon Gamble, number 8. And McQuaid going back to work, looking for their first points tonight.
Yeah, you see the return around the outside there. Number 2 for Little Irish coming up with the open field tackle.
It was the A+ junk removal kickoff. A+, we want your junk. At the 41, McQuaid coming back out. Now the Knights have moved the ball a little bit here tonight. Nothing to show for it so far. So they're going to, a little wrinkle here. They're going to put Collier now in the backfield. Collier going into motion. Mahar with lots of time. He's going deep. Mahar wants Collier. He's got it. Collier at the 30, at the 25, and he's brought down. Zay Collier on a wheel route. And making the touchdown saving tackle, C.J. Kamek for the Little Irish.
Collier heading to the sideline after the biggest play of the night from McQuaid. As you see him in motion, and Mahar finding his open man, getting behind the secondary of the Little Irish. First down, nice.
Yes, as that goes for 40. Play good for a Tracy Door Company first down. Get a Tracy Door. You get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. Ball at the 22 here is McQuaid on the move. They're down 6-0 if you're just tuning in. 3 receivers to the right as Mahar looking left, fires, intercepted. That'll be Jaleel Johnson on the return. And Jaleel Johnson stepping up, and a big play for the Little Irish.
Jaleel Johnson is a special player on both sides of the ball, but on defense, he has been a machine for the Little Irish. So much so that it was something that head coach Bobby Bates wanted to account for. You could just see that extension. Great pick. And let's just add that to his impressive stat line on defense for the Little Irish. 70 tackles on the season, 6 sacks, 10 tackles for a loss, 14 quarterback hurries. Let's tack on a pick as well for the 6'2", 190-pound senior for the Little Irish, Jaleel Johnson. Very impressive on defense.
Well, John Mahar came over to the sideline and actually took a knee, and an assistant coach kind of like wanted him to get back up there. And let's credit, too, Sean Oberle's with the tackle on that return from McQuaid, because that had the potential to go the other direction for a house call. Sam Gizzi will be on the field here as Aquinas going to spread it out. Little Irish get the first takeaway tonight. 6-0 and a whistle. And I believe we're going to have a timeout. Timeout called by Aquinas. 6-0 our score here for the Little Irish. As we will step aside here. This is Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester. Stay tuned for the Empire Tractor of Batavia. We're here to help you grow. Halftime report. We'll have this week's MVP Healthcare, health insurance built around Meet Scholar athletes. We'll have some administrative interviews. We've got highlights from Thursday Night Lights and the Friday Night Rival highlights from across the country. That's the Empire Tractor of Batavia. We're here to help you grow. Halftime report. Gene Battaglia, Mike Danger, Kevin Roche, Steve Sinosol calling the shots here from Groundy Stadium. As the Little Irish, after they use their first time out, will begin this drive 1st and 10 at their own 24. This time coming out with 4 wide receivers, and it's going to be Benjamin to the near side against Collier. A little screen pass left side, and that'll be bobbled, and nothing there. As Amaje Giddens, the running back, is going to be tackled for a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, Giddens a little slow getting up there. He was swallowed up by the McQuaid defense, who sniffed that out all along. And you mentioned Benjamin was on the near side in that play, almost as if he was a decoy to try and get their attention on the near side to throw the screen to the far side of the field. Didn't work out for the Little Irish on that play.
Benjamin against Collier. That was a fun matchup. That the ball did not go that direction. Benjamin going into motion here on 2nd down and 13. And going back to Benjamin, he'll be coming out of the backfield. He's going to get wrapped up on the far side. Bring up 3rd down and long. McQuaid rotates so many players in and out of the defensive. That's Josiah Bartlett on the defensive line making the tackle, number 47.
Boy, it just speaks to the depth of these programs and how they've really built them up from the ground up, and there's constantly a pipeline of talent coming in and out and contributing in every game.
Smiley, Collier, and DeMarco, the only 3 players on this McQuaid team that play both sides of the ball regularly. Just gives you an idea how much talent is on the field here tonight. 3rd and long here, and they're going to set up the screen play, and they're going to try to get it to Benjamin, and Benjamin, Collier strips it! Big time play! And it goes out of bounds. Whoa. Collier wasn't thinking tackle. He's thinking, give me the ball.
That's right. And great play by Collier there to get the best of Benjamin and strip that ball away. And you have a feeling that that's what McQuaid is angling for now. Let's get that turnover. Let's get the ball back and try and get some points on the board. That's, if you're Benjamin, you got to be a little bit more careful with the football. Holding it out there a little bit for Collier to get a piece.
End result is that McQuaid should end up with really nice field position. As Collier, one of the two men that are deep here for the Knights. Good punt. And it's actually going to take a McQuaid bounce and go out of bounds. So McQuaid beginning here in Aquinas territory. 6-0 Little Irish on the 42-yard touchdown run to begin the second quarter by Will Benjamin. Rain has stopped here. I don't want to jinx it here. Let me knock on
wood. There you go.
There we go. We came in tonight around 6 o'clock. I mean, the heavens opened up. And then you look at the radar all around us here in the state. You can see the thunderstorms in Syracuse. You can see them in Buffalo. Let's just get this game in here tonight. As Mahar will be under center, and he's going to hand off to Oberles. And maroon and white not allowing anything on that play. Second down and 9 coming up. So let's see how Mahar reacts here. Had his head down, took a knee over on the sideline after throwing that pick. It's a game of football right danger. You got to shake it off real quick.
Short memory.
Second down and 9 as Mahar will be under center. He's going to send Collier in motion, and he's going to pitch it instead of Oberles left side. And Oberles, well, he eventually gets forward, but let's credit Sean Riley, the safety, with breaking that play up. It does go for positive yardage, but certainly Riley helping to blow that play up.
Yeah, and on the back end of that play, who else but none other than Jaleel Johnson to finish the tackle. Good sound fundamental tackling by Johnson there to prevent a larger gain from the Knights.
Third down and 7 at the Aquinas 34. Collier and Leuzzi, two of the receivers to the far side, as Mahar on third down pointing, and he wants a man going long. Kingsley in coverage. It's going to be caught on the wheel route by Oberles. What a beautiful dime dropped right in there by John Mahar.
Just a teardrop. Absolutely perfect. I mean, a rainbow of a pass to Oberles on the outside, who got just behind 47. Kingsley for the Little Irish. I thought Kingsley had good coverage on that play. Perfect pass, exactly where it needed to be. And Sean Oberles on the receiving end of another big play for the Knights.
Yeah, that's good for another Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. And for the first time, McQuaid inside the Connor and Ferris injury law red zone, as Mahar is going to simply throw this away. Good coverage on the near side by Imaje Giddens, number 11, to bring up second down and 10. Anthony DeMarco, one of the receivers, he's already lined up here. He's going to be in that formation along with Zay Collier, number 13. Harding back in at running back here as the play going to the left side. Mahar batted in the air, and it goes incomplete. And that's going to be Kingsley, number 47. Ben Kingsley, you want to talk about a renaissance man there. He's got the brawn, but he's got the musical skills too.
Absolutely. He's in the Aquinas Jazz Band, electric bass player. He's interested in the sciences and the digital visual arts. The name of his band is Wrath of Mortar, by the way. He calls himself the resident nerd on the Little Irish roster. And we love that. Big plays by Kingsley on defense so far tonight.
I love the fact that the Aquinas music program still going strong there. This is third down and 10 at the 12. Is now Mahar. Fires over the middle. That's going to be caught. Caught going to the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, McQuaid. 12 yards to Zay Collier. Collier giving McQuaid their first points tonight, and the Knights now can take the lead with an extra point.
Well, great play by John Mahar, sticking in that pocket as well, because he had pressure in his face. Crisp pass, finding his open guy. 6 plays, 73 yards. With a touchdown to Collier to wrap it up.
That play good for another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. Zay Collier, he's going to be playing Division I ball. Not next year, he's only a junior, but boy, what a talent. And now the extra point, and the defending champs have taken the lead. So the punch by Aquinas, counter punch by McQuaid, 7-6. McQuaid with the lead here. As we take a break here, this is William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester. The Illuminating Expressions scoring summary. Illuminating Expressions where life comes to light. McQuaid answering there. And I want to just kind of point out, that's John Mahar. You mentioned about the quick memory there, firing that ball under pressure, and McQuaid getting the touchdown. Zay Collier. 7-6 is now our score. Benjamin, one of the 2 returners here for Aquinas, and they're not going to put it in his direction, as that ball is going to roll to the near side as Richards, as he gets it up to the 35, to the 36. We also want to point out tonight, if you go to McQuaid, you know Sean Mullen. He's actually an alum of 13 Wham. Worked for Mike Catalana and realized, you know what? I should probably look for other stuff here. He loves
Terrell Richards on the return there, and he has been so far this season the team's top receiving option. 6 touchdowns on the season, 337 yards coming into tonight. He's fast. It doesn't look like his feet touch the ground sometimes when he's got the ball in his hands. We'll keep an eye on him as the game progresses as well, Gino.
I just saw. Was that lightning? It was.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. All right. So by Section 5 rule, that would be a mandatory half-hour delay. They saw what we just saw there. And they're going to go talk to everybody, and you could hear the gasp from the crowd here. So.
Yeah, there's a bit of a scurry in the crowd as people are going to be looking to seek some shelter here away from the bleachers.
So, New York State High School Athletic Association, once you see lightning, that's it. So get everybody to a safer place, and by danger, that's just a downer. What an interesting start we had to the game here tonight, and let's kind of just wait this out and see what Mother Nature is going to bring us here tonight.
Well, it's like 2 heavyweight fighters just circling the ring in the first quarter, feeling each other out. You know, turning the ball over on downs a couple of times, and then a couple of body blows, and then the big knockout punch by Aquinas first, McQuaid following up. Very impressed by Mahar.
Yep.
Short memory after throwing a pick. It stalled a drive, letting Jaleel Johnson, Aquinas, get the best of him on that interception. Coming right back and hitting his top option, Zay Collier, for the touchdown to give the Knights the 7-6 starter. And, well, we told you before the game that he could break one at any time. Sure enough, he broke one right there to start the second quarter.
So here's what's going to happen. Family Feud. We're going to join in progress, and then we will keep you updated as far as the return time. As that's Andre Fontenette, former Syracuse player, talking to the Knights. McQuaid leading Aquinas here 7-6. We go to Family Feud here on William & Tarr's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester. We're back here at Ground Stadium, where we remain in a weather delay, and we just saw lightning again. So the earliest we can return to play, 8:50 Eastern time tonight. McQuaid leading Aquinas 7-6. We have 7:37 remaining in the second quarter. So while we wait out the weather, we will just keep you updated every so often. We appreciate you watching William & Tarr's Friday Night Rivals, presented by William & Tarr and driven by Matthews Automotive here on CW Rochester. All right, we're getting ready here as Mother Nature has stopped the lightning. McQuaid leading here 7-6 against Aquinas. So we're going to have a warm-up here as both teams are back on the field here. The warm-up is going to go for about 7 more minutes, and fingers crossed everything's going to be okay. We have 7:37 remaining in the second quarter, and to try to tighten things up here and make sure that Mother Nature doesn't interrupt again, halftime is essentially eliminated here. We'll have about a 3-minute break, we're told, at halftime. And we'll just kind of roll right through here in what is so far been everything, Mike Danger, we expected in this game tonight.
You know, if you watch NFL games, Gene, or maybe if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you're waiting with anticipation for that game on Sunday night. And then that extended halftime, it just kind of prolonged the joy that you had. And maybe if you're a McQuaid, if you're a little Irish fan watching at home, hey, that's all this did. This just kind of extended your enjoyment of this matchup that we've been waiting for all season long here in Section 5.
Yeah, I'm taking a look around right now, and it looks like most of the people here have stayed, which that's what you would expect here tonight. All the tickets were distributed, so technically this went down as a sellout here tonight here at St. John Fisher College, which technically is a home game here for McQuaid. So certainly an entertaining game. As we'll take a look at the highlights here of that first half here, as the Little Irish were the first team to strike here. First quarter that was very, very defensive-minded, as a couple of fourth down plays. That one was the stop by Aquinas. Sean Overlees getting the ball moving, and then this hit. Oh,
I tell you, that Jaleel Johnson's been special on both sides of the ball there. You see an interception late in the first quarter. First play of the second quarter. Well, that's just Will Benjamin showing off his speed, and we kind of knew he could break one off at any moment of this game, giving the Little Irish the early lead.
42 yards, and then this nearly was disastrous as Zay Collier with the strip, but it went out of bounds. What a great touch pass by John Mahar, the quarterback, who then would find Collier. Collier for the touchdown. The extra point is the difference right now, where McQuaid made their extra point 7-6. Aquinas with the ball. And then that's when we saw the lightning strike, and we heard a gasp from the crowd, and we all knew, all right, we're going to have to at least take a half-hour break. And then right as the half hour was getting ready to be up, well, then we had more lightning in the area, and we had to kind of wait it out. So certainly we're got our fingers crossed here tonight that we can get this one in, as these two teams, McQuaid and Aquinas, for those people just tuning in, two of the best teams in New York State, not just Section 5, the state. McQuaid, number 2 in New York State. Aquinas, number 7 in New York State. Talking with head coach Bobby Bates from McQuaid, that's going to be one of the big what-ifs. Last year was great that we got the season in the spring, but because you had to condense everything down, there were no state championships. How far would the Knights have gone had there been a state tournament last year? Well, a lot of the players returning, like Paris O'Malley, like Zay Collier, How far can they go this year? Number one team, by the way, in New York State is Iona Prep down in Westchester.
Yeah.
So
McQuaid has been impressive so far this fall with wins over Hilton, Monroe, Victor, Rush, Henrietta, Fairport, and then Hilton again last week in that scheduling glitch this year where you played the same team in week 6 that you play in week 1. So McQuaid getting the best of Hilton not once but twice. And for the Little Irish, well, they've had themselves a pretty good season as well. And you know, offensively, they've been trying to play as mistake-free as possible. They've got their wins over Victor, Fairport, Pittsford, Monroe, Rush, Henrietta, and then Victor again last week.
we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be ready for football here coming up next here, as this is William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive. We're in the second quarter, and we'll start off, fingers crossed, right after this here, with McQuaid leading Aquinas 7-6 here on CW Rochester. There it is, the Illuminating Expression scoring summary so far, 7-6. And we're back here as Aquinas huddling up. It is 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. We welcome you back here to Groundy Stadium. So far, what's been the game of the year here between these two undefeated teams is White handing it off. And Imaj Giddens is going to be tackled for a loss on the play. And that's going to be Paris Smiley. Our player to watch during the pregame show, Paris Smiley, throwing him down for a big loss in the playoffs, a loss of 6.
Yeah, Paris Smiley, as Coach Bobby Bates describes, humble and committed. Perfect for this McQuaid football team. And Benjamin not able to get anything there around the edge to get this drive started after the long delay for the Little Irish.
White will go over to the sideline and get the call in here. Gavin Brownlee coming back out onto the field. He'll be at the safety position here for McQuaid. Terrell Richards is the receiver to the top of your screen as Johnson goes into motion. White takes the snap, and he's going to hand off to Benjamin. Benjamin getting stood up. That's Kendall Burno who drives him back. Forward progress will mark it for a gain of 2. And McQuaid coming right after the weather delay, coming out flying on defense.
Love the tackle by Burno on that play. Big play to get the defense fired up here after the long weather delay. The 5'10 senior, 195 pounds. And Burno just standing up Benjamin right in the hole.
It gets that crowd back into it here on the McQuaid side of the field. This is 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 13. Aquinas picked up one of these 3rd downs earlier as the handoff will go to Benjamin, and Burno's going to hit him again. So Burno stepping right up there and making the tackle, and this will set up the punting situation for Aquinas. John Harding coming back. Remember, stick around with us tonight during the 4th quarter. We'll be selecting our attorney William Attar's player of the game. So many candidates, so many playmakers. Harding is one of the 2 returners here for McQuaid, along with Collier. And it's a shank. And it's going to go out of bounds, unfortunately, for Aquinas fans, as Santos. And now McQuaid is in business in Aquinas territory with 5:20 remaining here in this second quarter. We will take a break here. This is CW Rochester.
At the 35-yard line, we'll have it 1st and 10.
So we continue on here from Groundy Stadium as the ball at the 35, and McQuaid's defense setting the tone coming right out of their weather delay.
You know, we spent some time earlier, Gene, talking about how complete this McQuaid team is in all 3 phases, and it's the one phase that might have let them down tonight, special teams. It could be the difference in this game with that shanked putt, the earlier missed extra point.
Yeah, for the Little Irish, something to look back on if they don't come up with this one tonight, is Mahar in trouble, throws across his body. That's nearly intercepted as Quante Gillians, the defensive end, was in hot pursuit, and for Mahar, that's always what they tell you not to do, is throw across the body like that in the traffic.
Yeah, and you see C.J. Kamek on the pass breakup there. Almost, I mean, he had designs on that one, and if he did pull that in, squeeze that one in for the interception, he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
So Mahar with the touchdown pass, also with the interception earlier in this second quarter. Collier will be one of the three receivers. Paris Smiley also to the near side as the pitch is going to go to Oberle's on the right side. Oberle splits the defense. We've got a flag down, however. Normally in the area of holding. Oh, it's going to be a chop block against McQuaid. So, drive killers, those sort of penalties. So, mark them back here.
15-yard penalty.
So, the 15 yards marks that all the way back to the Aquinas 47.
Ball be spotted at the 48-yard line.
40, well, actually, they had it at the 47. Now they're going to put it at the 50. So, this would be second down and 25.
Second down, 25.
Leuzzi is the receiver to the top of your screen here as Smiley going into motion. And we're going to have a flag, and that is going to be a false start as Smiley was doing a little east-west. And I can see Andre Fontenette, who the former Syracuse wide receiver calls those administrative penalties. Those are the type of penalties you just should never have. And now it's second down and 30.
Both of these teams so well coached, so disciplined. So it's a little bit shocking when you see a penalty like that happen when you're trying to sustain a drive here, get some momentum going after the long delay.
Smiley will be the receiver to the near side. They're going to go four wide. Empty set here from Mahar as Mahar takes the snap. Oberle's in the flat to the right and all sorts of green. And he'll take that yardage going back into Aquinas territory. Now, remember, that was second down and 30. And they're going to get a 30-yard play, and that certainly is going to get back a chunk of it as they'll mark him out at the Aquinas 43.
Smart play by quarterback John Mahar there for the Knights, knowing that, that it wasn't there downfield. Let's tuck it and run with all that extra real estate in front of you and make the most out of that situation.
Well, they got half of it back. So that was a gain of 17 to bring up third and 18. Mahar takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Mahar stepping up, throws across his body, and it's going to be incomplete as Quante Gillian's again in on the pressure, number 42, to bring a fourth down. This is the punting situation coming up for the Knights.
Yeah, once again, smart play just to get rid of it on that one by Mahar with Gillian's in pursuit.
Terrell Richards will be deep back here for the Little Irish. That'll be a low kick. Richards is just going to have to, well, he's actually going to dive on it rather than let it roll inside the 10. So a little bit of risk, but at least that doesn't pin Aquinas back deep with 4:26 remaining here. What do we even call it? Halftime before like an extended break here. If you're just tuning in, we had a little bit over an hour weather delay. And because of that, well, we're kind of eliminating halftime here. We're just going to kind of roll right through. It'll be like we're told, we heard a 2-minute break, then we heard a 3-minute break. Regardless, this is going to be a very quick break at halftime. And then we'll go with 3, I guess. Benjamin is in at running back. Jaleel Johnson goes into motion, and White will hand off to Benjamin. He's got that long touchdown run, and coming up and sealing that hole, one of the top playmakers, Paris Smiley, on that McQuaid defense for the short gain.
Both offenses looking to find that rhythm that they had right before the break, Gene, and both offenses here kind of, again, like we had at the beginning of the game, circling the ring, just kind of feeling each other out to see what they can get away with, and wouldn't be surprised if we see a big play here out of one of these offenses here before we get to that shortened halftime you were alluding to.
Let's see if this is the play where White will put it up into the air, as Johnson will be to the left of this formation, and it's going to be the end around to Benjamin, and Benjamin cannot get there around the end. John Vandenbush was trying to hold the edge there, could not, and that's going to go for a loss on the play. We'll call it a loss of 2 to bring up third down and 11.
Loss of 1 is
Well, you take away that one long run for the touchdown from Benjamin. I think McQuaid has done a pretty good job of bottling him up, considering how dangerous a playmaker he is, especially when you use that speed to get to the outside, as they attempted to do on that play, Gene.
Tanner DeGrazia holding the edge there for McQuaid to help blow that up the defensive end. 3rd and long here, and what does Derek Anacino want to do? Does he want to play it safe here and give it to Benjamin, or perhaps put it up into the air? Play clock at 3, and it's going to go to Benjamin. No, I beg your pardon. It's going to be on the left side. It's going to be short as Majay Giddens, short on the play, and this is going to go for 4th down. We get a stoppage, though. Whistle and a timeout called by McQuaid with 2:48 remaining, so that'll be the first timeout for the Knights.
Both offenses looking a little bit disoriented after the break, wouldn't you say, Gene? They had a little bit of a rhythm going right before the break. Both offenses being able to move the ball, and both offenses coming out of the break here with stalled drives.
And for McQuaid, this is an opportunity here, as they certainly want to set up their punt return team, Harding and Collier. And remember, if you're Santos for Aquinas, had the punt last time, just got to shake that off. He's going to be kicking from his own end zone, will Santos be. Gets a good snap, and Santos is going to get off a high kick that's going to be a little short, that the fair catch is going to be called for by Harding. John Harding at the 35 gives McQuaid the possession here with 2:42 remaining. Plenty of time to do whatever you want to do here if you're Bobby Bates and the staff here at McQuaid.
Yeah, I mean, a short field for the McQuaid offense. Let's see if Aquinas can come up with a stop. And let's keep an eye on Jaleel Johnson, the senior linebacker, who had an interception earlier in the first half.
Overly's your running back here with 4 wide receivers on 1st and 10. Mahar looking left side, throwing deep. He wants Smiley, and it's just overthrown. Smiley on the near side, and Amajay Giddens stride for stride on the tackle. It's a McQuaid team. Their tradition, Thursday nights, they go to the Brook House up in Greece. Their family dinner.
Reds, of course.
Get everybody together.
Yeah, head coach Bobby Bates telling us earlier this week how much this rivalry means, that the alumni love it. Anywhere he goes, he gets recognized. They say 2 things: beat AQ. That's it.
As now the pass just behind, and Overly's could not get it, and luckily for him, that goes incomplete as Kingsley was in the neighborhood. Now what McQuaid had, great field position to start, they're looking at a 3rd and 10 at the AQ 35. I'm sure it works the other way too, Mike Danger, that wherever Derek Anacino goes, hey, make sure you beat the the black and gold here. That's what you're judged on. 3rd and 10. Leuzzi is the receiver to the top of your screen. Collier going into motion and rolling to his left, throwing across his body, and a diving attempt. Just incomplete. Zay Collier, the junior, almost came up with it. And now it's 4th down. And for now, Coach Bates is keeping his offense out on the field.
Got to see a little bit of that arm flash from Mahar. And Collier just not able to extend enough to bring that one in.
CJ Kamek on the coverage for the Little Irish. And like you pointed out, the offense is not in sync here coming off the weather delay.
Yeah, just looking to get a little rhythm going, and they haven't been able to do it on the ground. The attempts at getting the ball down the field through the air haven't been too fruitful either for either squad.
McQuaid's going to have to burn a timeout. Play clock is at 1. No, they don't. They're going to get the play off as Mahar will throw, and it's going to be caught. And it's right at the marker. And the official from the near side is going to give the first down on 4th down and 10. The first down by Paris Smiley.
Yeah, we heard a lot about Paris Smiley coming into this game, the kind of playmaker that he is, and somebody that AQ definitely wanted to key on defensively.
As the quick snap here coming off of the play there, and we should let you know that was a good for another Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy family, and with that quick snap that results in a flag on the far side here. And it's going to be a legal shift against McQuaid.
Well, the right intention there, trying to catch AQ off guard defensively by going hurry up. And unfortunately, they weren't completely prepared for that snap. Push him back another few yards.
So McQuaid converting, and that was a really nice spot there by the official on the near side. All be spotted at the 29-yard line. 1st and 15. So Overlees is going to line up as a wide receiver here. Empty set for John Mahar. Takes the snap. Mahar stepping up in the pocket. Throws across his body, nearly intercepted. Kamek was ready to take that one long in the other direction. Could not hang on.
I think Mahar is going to give head coach Bobby Bates a little bit of a heart attack, because there have been a few instances tonight where he's tried to force ball in when it's just not there, and he's lucky that Kamek wasn't able to bring that one in. Again, a lot of real estate in front of him if he was able to squeeze that interception.
If anything, this is going to deter Aquinas if they do get the ball back. They're not going to have much time. Remember, the halftime, it'll still result in a kickoff to begin the third quarter. Here's going to be the snap. Mahar, lots of time. Fires over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of number 13, Zay Collier. Just could not come down with that.
A little bit high, but Collier did get a hand on it, and you would have loved to have seen him bring this one down. He had a step. And he also had some coverage underneath ready to bear down on him if he were to make that completion.
Probably that's what it was, right? A couple safeties in the neighborhood.
Would you call that a business decision? It was a business decision. Didn't short arm it at all.
So McQuaid, who converted on 4th and 10 earlier, this is 3rd down 15. At the 29 of Aquinas. The snap, here's the throw right side, and that's going to be caught by Leuzzi, who breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, breaks a third. Still trying to weave around there, and it's going to be short of the marker, getting it down to the 20-yard line to bring up 4th and 6.
Manageable, and boy, he did make some people miss on that reception. Let's count how many little Irish it took to bring him down. 1, 2 strip tackles, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, and let's just throw in an 8th member of the Little Irish defense.
Ben Kingsley in the end helping out to finally finish him off. And with the 4th down and 6, McQuaid calling the timeout. So they got one remaining, stopping the clock with 1:20 remaining here. And from what we understand, I think we're going to be okay. I don't want to jinx everything because we're very superstitious here, Mike Danger, but what we did learn tonight, there is a curfew here in the town of Pittsford, so got to get this game in by 11 o'clock here tonight, and we're on target here for that. Where some other games from around Section 5 tonight not able to go off for various reasons, so we're lucky we're here with you tonight here as 6-0 McQuaid taking on 6-0 Aquinas. From Groundy Stadium.
You take a second to think about Aquinas team and how young they are. They got freshmen starting at corner, linebacker, and defensive end on this defense. And they've been impressive tonight, creating some takeaways, some big hits, and limiting McQuaid so far to just that one lone touchdown. Let's see if they stiffen up here on 4th down.
4 wide receivers. As Mahar takes the snap, looking right, now he looks back, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And that's a great pass breakup on the far side by C.J. Robinson, one of those aforementioned freshmen, coming up with a big play to give Aquinas the ball back.
I mean, this is just Robinson applying the pressure and getting his hand in there to break that play up, because that was a first down in the making. And Robinson with the big play defensively. Turnover on downs.
So for McQuaid, if they don't come out on top, take a look back. They've had some really nice field position here coming out of the weather delay, but not able to do anything with it.
And keep in mind, Aquinas will get the ball to start the second half as well.
So back at quarterback is Michael White. And he will hand it off to Benjamin. Didn't like what was had. That's actually Giddens. And flag, 2 flags coming down. And it's going to go against Aquinas, you would figure.
Holding on Aquinas.
You know, our officials want some TV time too as well, Gene. It's okay. I'm going to call some holding penalties when they occur. We'll get some illegal procedures. We'll get some false starts. They enjoy being on Friday Night Rivals underneath the lights. As Majay Giddens to the outside. Not able to get anything going, but the hold will nullify all of it and push him back another 10.
Back to the 9. Don't want to say that was on the right tackle, McDaniels, because we really like the family, Brandon McDaniels. His wife, Jennifer. Good people. As now White takes the snap, and he will hand it off to Benjamin. Benjamin has a lead blocker ahead of him. That will be Johnson. That gets back some of the yardage across to the 16. Bring up second down and long, but now the clock is against Aquinas as it rolls on here. And maybe just a little Irish are thinking, and then the cliche gets in the no locker room. We're going to take just a 3-minute break here, and then we'll go right to the third quarter.
Well, in a way, they've stolen a possession, right? If they can keep the ball here for the rest of the first half, get the ball to start the second half. One less opportunity for McQuaid to do something offensively.
Could be our last play here of the quarter as Giddens will get it, and Giddens will not find much between the tackles. Only 1 on the play. And you can see the clock rolling on here. Aquinas will huddle up and
see if they can start the next drive with better field position to start the second half.
They're just going to go over to the sideline, and that's going to bring us to halftime. And again, don't go anywhere because literally it's just one commercial break, and we're going to be back with the start of the third quarter here. It is McQuaid leading here at halftime, 7-6, as we will send it downstairs here to Kevin Roche.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Here with McQuaid head coach Bobby Babes. Coach, a couple opportunities in Aquinas territory after the delay. How do you get your offense back to rhythm in the second half?
You know, I think we're doing a good job. We just got to catch the ball a little bit. You know, we hit a couple receivers in the hands. We got to catch it. I thought the protection was pretty good. Guys are playing great on defense. We're stopping the run right now, so we got to keep doing that. But, you know, I think some of the concepts that we're running at them and we're trying to manipulate a couple things, we're hitting guys in the hands. We just got to catch the ball. That's all. And, you know, kids got to be kids. They got to go play, you know.
Hour and 10-minute delay, obviously difficult for everybody. How'd you keep the guys loose, and what'd you do during that time?
I didn't say a word to them. I just let them be over there inside, and they hang out together and be together as a team and as a group. I didn't really say much to them at all. You know, when we got down to about 5 minutes left, we refocused and we were ready to go.
All right, best of luck in the second half. Appreciate it. All right, McQuaid leading at the half, 7-6 over Aquinas on Friday Night Rivals here on CW Rochester.
And we'll be back here momentarily on CW Rochester. Well, here's the A+ junk removal kickoff. A+, we want your junk, 7-6. McQuaid leading Aquinas. The last game we did, was that not the score, 7-6?
Yes, it was. When these rivals meet, defenses stiffen up. Heavyweight bout. Aquinas McQuaid.
Fantastic game here tonight. So glad you're with us, as that's going to be squibbed, and it will be Majay Giddens, who's surrounded, somehow gets out of it, somehow gets ahead, breaks another tackle. Flag comes down, and it looks like this will be against Aquinas. We're going to thank Coach Bates, and we should point out with the condensed halftime, could not get to Coach Anacino there. Basically, it was a 3-minute halftime, and that was it. So for all our Aquinas viewers tonight, we're doing what we can here with the weather delay of over an hour. That penalty going against AQ.
Personal foul has been called against Aquinas.
So let's see. The key here for Aquinas, it's certainly Will Benjamin. Will Benjamin, great stats heading into tonight, leading the team with 12 touchdowns now. Has the only touchdown for Aquinas tonight, a 42-yard run. Let's see if they can get number 13 a little more involved here.
Yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye on Terrell Richards as well, Aquinas' top receiving option. He's got 6 touchdowns on the season, 18 grabs coming into tonight's game, and he is fast, surprisingly fast, according to head coach Derek Anacino.
1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line as Aquinas begins the 3rd quarter here. White under center. And they're going to go back to the ground game, as that is going to be Benjamin. Stiff arms a man, and Benjamin has the 1st down and more across the 40, across the 45, and he's got it near midfield, marked out of bounds at the 47-yard line for a gain of 27. That play good for a Kangaroo 1st down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Oh, we've been calling Benjamin's name a lot tonight, and this is just another powerful run with a stiff arm get down and showing off some of that speed to the outside for a big AQ gain.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line, and that was a much needed up. And now they're going to stop the clock. I think an issue here with the clock. They're going to reset the play clock. Play clock was only at 6 here, so get that going once again. Different so far tonight, a missed field goal. Excuse me, missed extra point.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been a field goal for Aquinas. They don't attempt many of those.
No. Dominic Bronco. And as they sort the clock out here.
You know, it's one of the keys that Coach Anacino told us they wanted to see on offense, just ball control, making sure that they can maintain ball control through the course of this game. And it's runs like what we just saw from Benjamin. They're going to let them be able to kind of keep that McQuaid offense sidelined here. Shorten a game that's already been delayed by over an hour because of the weather.
So they asked the clock to be reset by 5 seconds. I'm not sure what we're waiting for here. So, okay, so they wanted 11:39. There we go. All that to make sure we get right down to the second here. Aquinas on 1st and 10, going right back to Benjamin, who makes one cut and goes for a gain of 2. But that one cut prevents a tackle for a loss on the play. Burno again. Boy, Burno just flying all over the place for the Knights here.
We're having a nice game on the defensive side of the ball from McQuaid, and you could see the McQuaid players ripping at that football, looking to get a takeaway and try and tilt the field in their advantage here, with the game being as tight as it's been here so far after the delay.
Yeah, the rain has stopped here, so field is certainly still a little bit wet here, so that ball might be a little slick. Richards again to the near boundary as Jaleel Johnson going into motion on 2nd down and 9. And AQ keeping it to the ground, and Maje Giddens coming up to make the tackle. That's number 8, Dominic Romano, the corner, reading that one. It goes into McQuaid territory to the 48 to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, nice play, nice pursuit by Romano on the outside. Good fundamental tackle, getting down low. Impressive tackle by the 5'8", 155-pound senior defensive back.
We'll call it 3rd down and 6. Maje Giddens getting that carry as tight end Vandenbush racing off of the field. Benjamin looking back as if to be confused here, and yeah, that wasn't for show. That is going to force Aquinas, with the play clock winding down, to use a timeout. Ooh, in a 1-point game here in the second half, to use a timeout. And let's see if we can talk to Kevin Roche here maybe. Well, we got a timeout here going. But instead, we're going to go to break as we have a 7-6 score. McQuaid leading here. This is William Attar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester.
And we're back here on Friday Night Rivals. 7-6 McQuaid over Aquinas. You know, you may have noticed that McQuaid is wearing the number 1 on all of their helmets throughout the season. It's something Bobby Bates started when he took over this program. He says it symbolizes the team playing together as one. And as long as he's head coach at McQuaid, he says it'll remain there and no player will wear the number 1 on a jersey, guys.
And for Aquinas, that was their number 1, Michael White. And in the neighborhood was Richards, but just offline and coming off the timeout. Aquinas burning the timeout, and they cannot convert. But at least they have an opportunity to flip the field position in a 1-point game here where they were backed up at their own 20-yard line. Santos back on here to kick this away for the Little Irish.
Let's get a good play on special teams for Aquinas here because they've struggled a little bit punting and kicking. Be nice to see them pin McQuaid back here.
Santos under pressure, but he gets a nice high end-over-end kick that, well, it's going to be Smiley. Make that Collier catching it, and Collier gets wrapped up there as Jaden Mabry and others on the tackle for the Little Irish. So McQuaid taking back the ball here. We are in the third quarter, 9:50 remaining here in quarter number 3.
First and 10 for the 28-yard line.
There's a buzz in the air. Can you feel that buzz in the air? McQuaid fans here close to us in the booth, Gene, and they've won the last 3 of these matchups that have gotten the better of AQ. The school has been buzzing all week long for Friday night, and the kids absolutely love it. It's going to be a fun finish to this game.
The whole student section to our right, they haven't sat down the whole time. As McQuaid will go back to the ground game as Oberles has a big block, and Oberles will finally be pushed out of bounds by the freshman corner C.J. Robinson. He's close to the marker, however, so a nice gain on first down by Sean Oberles.
Yeah, Oberles with the impressive run here. And again, C.J. Robinson, that's a freshman. Number 15 playing corner for the Little Irish. And Oberles had himself a nice night as well, showing off a lot of that speed.
They're going to, well, originally they had it second down, and then one official says, nope, move it ahead. So it is indeed first and 10. As the handoff going to the right side, and Kingsley to help slow that play down after a gain of 3 at the bottom of that pile for the Little Irish was Trent Hill. Should say Leone. We have Leone as 55. He's wearing number 28 tonight. Is now the handoff going left side, and nothing there on the far side as flying through to make the tackle. That was the one play error that McQuaid identified. Jaleel Johnson for a loss of 1, that tackle.
So impressed by Jaleel Johnson. We had the chance to talk to him earlier in the week. He's a computer science guy. He wants to go into computer science when he goes to school next year. Math, his favorite subject right now at Aquinas Institute.
Paris Smiley will be at the top of your screen here. This is 3rd down and 8 at their own 40. Play action under pressure. Mahar makes a man miss. Mahar across his body. It's going to be caught. What a play. Anthony DeMarco, first down for the Knights.
Wow, he was cool in the pocket under pressure. I mean, he had Gillians on one end coming at him. He had Jaleel Johnson bearing down on him. Nerves of steel staying in the pocket for John Mahar, as you can see. Dodges Gillians on the end, and then able to thread the needle for the completion of the first down.
That play was good for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo, where we hop to it.
Anthony DeMarco with a great reception there to keep this drive alive for the Knights.
First and 10 at the 47 as the handoff going to Oberles, and Oberles is going to have some room on the far side. A nice healthy gain on first down to the 41 for a gain of 6.
Oberles deceptively fast, deceptively powerful, not a huge running back out of the backfield at 5'8", 165, but the senior's having himself a nice night running the football, and biting off some chunk yards when he's been able to get the ball in his hands.
2nd down and 4 as the playbook completely opened up here for McQuaid as Burno is in at fullback, and he will lead the way as getting just enough of the 1st down will be Oberle's. As Jaleel Johnson making the tackle, and that's a 1st down, and that's another Kangaroo 1st down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home at Kangaroo, where we hop to it.
Yeah, great lead block by the fullback, and Oberle's just getting enough there for the 1st down. McQuaid finding that rhythm that was elusive there after the break. It certainly looked like they found it here early in the 2nd half.
Sean Riley helping to make out that tackle. 1st and 10 at the 38. As now the play action, now the throw coming to the near side. Leuzzi who puts it on the turf. That's a loose ball, and it's going to go out of bounds. So they will call that a completion, and it is a loss on the play, a loss of 3. And the officials are going to make sure, you be the judge on this. I'm pretty sure, Danger, yeah, he's, well, was that did he have it long enough to be considered a completion?
Almost a disaster for the McQuaid.
They indeed will call it a completion and a fumble. Play clock is at 10 as Burno, the fullback, now going to line up on the left side. The play action, the throw, and then slips out of his hands. That's incomplete, and kind of an odd play there as Leuzzi, I think, fell down on the right side, and then when Mahar looked to the right, literally there wasn't anybody there.
Kind of looked like a busted play from the beginning, a fake that wasn't there, and then eventually just a spike into the turf rather than force anything from happening there. Potential turnover.
Burno comes off the field. Nick Howlett.
Mahar's been impressive, hasn't he? I mean, we've seen him do that a couple times tonight, kind of take what the defense gives him, not force the ball. He had one mistake with the interception, but he's had a nice game tonight.
3rd and long, 3rd and 12 is now Mahar under pressure. He's going to be strip sacked. It's a loose ball, and Aquinas is going to come up with it. Coming around the corner, that's Quante Gillians. Quante Gillians with the strip sack and the recovery by the Little Irish.
And now there was also another fumble there. We have to see if McQuaid actually recovered the 2nd fumble. Let's see who's got possession here, Gene.
And we've got a flag down, so let's sort all this out here. Gillians strip sack. Taking it away. Oh, the shot to the head there. That should be. See, is that indeed a fumble? Oberle's going up high to deliver the hit to the head. I don't know if they saw that or not.
We saw Paris Smiley from McQuaid end up with the ball at the end of the play. It depends, I guess, on when they called that play dead as to whether or not McQuaid ends up with this football when it's all said and done. We have a personal foul penalty on the play as well.
Yeah, it's going to be on Oberle's.
So it is a turnover on downs. Or, I'm sorry, it is a turnover from the fumble, the strip sack. And a great play. Quante Gillian's just showing a little bit of speed around the edge there to get to Mahar.
Boy, Aquinas coming up with a huge play there. And now they get the ball to McQuaid 34 in a 1-point game. I always like, Danger, when you get a big takeaway like that. Now you go long.
Go for the kill shot, right?
For the kill shot.
Yeah.
Like the defense is coming out. They're not really sure. Like, send Benjamin long. Let's see if class of 1989 Derek Anacino's thinking the same way here.
I say keep an eye on number 4 here, closest to the sideline.
And indeed, it's going to be a throw to Benjamin, and Benjamin breaks a tackle. Benjamin is going to be brought down from behind. The touchdown-saving tackle made by Paris Smiley. And we're back inside the Connors and Ferris Injury Law red zone. Play good for another Kangaroo 1st down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo if we hop to it.
Yeah, and you see Benjamin and Smiley at the end of this play kind of exchange some pleasantries. I mean, there's a lot of respect between these two teams, and these two players, stars on their respective teams. The sportsmanship there at the end. Big play by Benjamin. And the Little Irish are in business once again.
Yeah, is the ball at the 14-yard line. Benjamin will be the receiver to the right of this formation. Play clock is at 7. White takes the snap, hands off to Majay Giddens. Giddens Now we'll get it forward, and we'll put Giddens down to about the 8. So very nice gain there. We'll call it a gain of 6.
Second down to the 8-yard line.
If you're just tuning in, 7-6 our score. Then we had a weather delay of over an hour. Basically, halftime was eliminated, and so try to get this game in before Mother Nature has other ideas. Play clock is at 8. White takes the snap. He'll hand off. Giddens trying to get to the pylon. Giddens at the 5, diving into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Aquinas. The Little Irish take the lead back on the 8-yard touchdown run by number 11, Image Giddens.
Well, great speed by Giddens on the outside there, but also a great block to kind of contain. As you can see, he was, I'm sure that Collier might protest that there was a little bit of a hold there, but that block really sprung Giddens to get to the outside and aim for that pylon.
And so that play good for another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The Home Improvement Company that cares.
3 plays, 34 yards, and the Little Irish taking the lead again.
And I kind of like this call going for 2 here. I know people would say don't chase points, but in a game like this, for Aquinas, can they make it a 7-point lead? The throw, it's going to be intercepted. This could go the other way for 2, and it will. White just gave up on it for some reason, but actually, now that I think about it, we're not playing college rules here, Mike Danger. I get a little excited, so play is dead. And there you have it.
You weren't the only one that was excited.
And the crowd booing on that.
I think Heller was pretty excited. Was that Heller that had that? No, I'm sorry, that was Smiley.
Smiley.
Yeah, I think Smiley was pretty excited.
Yeah, so let's take a break. We'll reset there, and we learn the high school rules here. As our score, Aquinas still leading though, 12-7. This is Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
That's Schofield on the return. First and 10 from the 1948-yard line.
The A+ junk removal kickoff, and it's squibbed, and McQuaid now will take over. Good field position, and now let's see if the Knights can respond, but under pressure is Mahar, and Mahar drops it, and Mahar, it's going to go out of bounds. A flag coming down very late on the play. So we'll try to sort all this out here for Aquinas as James Eldred flying and making that play and got basically Mahar to lose control of the ball. And I think the penalty is going to be on McQuaid. It's going to be called intentional grounding. Tough call for intentional grounding on that. Lost it down in the play. They're going to put it back to the 35. Do the math here. Second down and 15, plus another 8. Second down and 23. Here will be the handoff going back to Oberlees, and Oberlees, that's the freshman. Lucas Leone with the tackle. He's fired up. And now 3rd and long for McQuaid here as the Aquinas defense, that's been the story here tonight. They have been flying around.
They really have. I mean, there's some missed tackles, but when you see a freshman like Leone coming up, stepping up and making plays, and just good athletic kid, plays baseball for AQ in the spring, getting involved in this defense.
As the throw left side wide open and close to the first down, and then putting the ball on the turf, but I believe that is only the result because the ball hit the turf. and converting on third and very, very long is Paris Smiley. If McQuaid wins this game, think of that play. First down for McQuaid. First down, another Kangaroo first down, Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. Home at Kangaroo where we hop to it.
Well, once again, you're seeing some pressure by Quante Gillians, and he's really having his way in the second half and applying pressure for that AQ defense, but wide open for Paris Smiley to convert to a first down.
That's their second.
Aquinas calling the timeout, almost like, okay, we're
Regroup.
Yeah, regroup. Okay, it's like a basketball team that's on a little bit of a run. And we could ask our producer to say that once again. There we go. William Attar's player of the game coming up in the fourth quarter. We want to let you know who, it is way too soon to hazard a guess here, Danger, who we're going to see.
Yeah, boy, a lot of great plays. We've seen Will Benjamin make some big plays. Can't count out Majay Giddens and his touchdown that has given the Little Irish the lead. Some big plays on defense with Jalil Johnson, the interception from the first half from McQuaid. I mean, that play just now that you saw from Paris Smiley. Critical first down, and I have a feeling we haven't called his name for the last time tonight either.
Wow, 2nd and 23, and eventually McQuaid would get that first down. So they have a 1st and 10 at the AQ 40. 12-7 is our score. For Giddens, that was his 7th touchdown of the season for the Little Irish. Benjamin with his 12th. 12-7 our score is Mahar. Pump fake. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to dump it off last second. And somehow that goes for positive yardage. Is coming across. That's Anthony DeMarco over the middle. Ben Kingsley, he had John Mahar wrapped up.
John Mahar, a magician on that play, and living dangerously, by the way. I mean, this is very possibly, this could have very possibly ended badly for McQuaid, but he was fortunate to see his man DeMarco open there in the center of the field. Nice little gain.
Mahar's got a little bit of Josh Allen to his game. That no. Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. 2nd down and 4 as Collier goes into motion. Collier open on the left side. Nope, it's going to come to the near side. And then Riley eventually hog-tying down Sean Oberlees for no gain on the play.
Yeah, Sean Riley using all the strength that he could to bring Oberlees down. And once again, I mean, we're seeing Mahar making plays through the air. Mahar's had himself a nice day. I mean, he's taken what the defense has given him. And I think maybe a little bit of an urgency here with 1:45 and counting in the third quarter to kind of get McQuaid back on top.
4-down territory here at the 34. This is 3rd down and long 4. Bad snap, and Mahar's going to have to eat it. Oh, and again, penalties and errors like that have hampered McQuaid here tonight. Loss of 6 now to bring up 4th and 10.
Yeah, if you want to be one of the best teams, considered one of the best teams in the state, I mean, those are the kind of mistakes you just don't need to have happen. Completely kills your momentum.
Well, interesting play here as Dominic Sansone will come on, and we'll play the field position game. Sansone nearly had it blocked. He's going to get it off and having to watch it. And are they going to give it down at the 1, or is it a touchback? Nope, it'll be a touchback.
No.
Good attempt by McQuaid, but Aquinas will get it at the 20 with 44 seconds remaining here in the third. And I understand that decision by Bobby Bates there. 4th and 10. Let's not risk it here. As the McQuaid fans, the student section, voicing their displeasure to our right. So Michael White, who has been very protective of the football tonight. And Aquinas really hasn't taken any risks here offensively. They've just been playing a very safe game, keeping it on the ground for the most part. Is Benjamin your tailback? Johnson going into motion for AQ. And the handoff going to Benjamin, trying to get around that left side. And a good tackle. Max Schofield, the defensive end, shedding his block. And he'll make the tackle for only, again, 1.
Yeah, Benjamin patiently waiting for a hole to open up and materialize. It was never there and wasn't able to get anything going on that. Looks like that might wind us down to the end of the third quarter.
Yep, as Aquinas could take it to the quarter if they want, and that's what they're going to do. Well, McQuaid has won the last 3 meetings here. McQuaid, the 2-time defending sectional champ. How's this going to play out? We'll find out here shortly as we go to the 4th. Aquinas 12, McQuaid 7 here on William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive on CW Rochester. Welcome back to the Friday Night Rivals. Now to introduce you to this week's MVP Healthcare Scholar athletes. Ricky Hill is a senior for the Greece Olympia Odyssey team, a 3-sport athlete. Ricky serves as the captain of the soccer team. He's also a member of the National Honor Society, carries a 97 grade point average. Abigail Funk is a member of the swimming team at Arcadia. Abigail has been honored as team MVP for the past 2 seasons. She also maintains a 98-point grade average. Aquinas has nominated Amaris Watts, who is a 4-year varsity athlete in soccer and basketball. She is a captain for the basketball team and has a 99 GPA. McQuaid's nominee, Paris Smiley, of course, plays football, runs track, 3.6 GPA, hoping to play Division I football in college. The Scholar Athlete Program recognizes students who achieve both on and off the field. At the end of the season, one winner is going to be selected to receive a $5,000 scholarship to the school of their choice. We're grateful to MVP Healthcare for their generous support of the Scholar Athlete Program. We begin the 4th quarter as Aquinas now looking at a 3rd down and very long here. 3rd and 11 here, and a great opportunity for McQuaid to get the ball back. Play clock is at 2 as White takes the snap. White in the pocket. In trouble, and he's going to throw it, and a flag coming down, and there was a receiver in the area, Jaleel Johnson, but what is the flag all about?
I think we might have a hold on the field here, Gino. It looks like it's in that neighborhood.
Yeah, but which way was that on? Okay, so they are backing up Aquinas. And boy, if you're Bobby Bates, you could really back Aquinas up, but this would bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Michael White just doing his best to not take the sack, get rid of the ball. Dangerous play. Fortunate that he had Jaleel Johnson waiting for that reception. All null and void with the holding penalty.
Christian Santos coming on for the punt. Very big punt. Can he get it out to midfield as Harding is back, as is Collier for the Knights. So they will call that actually a complete pass on that last play as Santos shanks it. And it goes out of bounds, and McQuaid is going to take over on the 20-yard line, and the fans here on this side of the field very fired up.
That's the 2nd time Santos has taken one off the side of his foot, and it's put McQuaid in good field position both times. Short field for the Knights. Dangerous spot here for the Aquinas defense. Let's see if they can stiffen up.
It goes for a 5-yard punt. So now the Aquinas defense is going to be called upon here. 12-7 is our score. It's an Aquinas team. McQuaid has not faced this adversity so far this year. Realize it's been tested. Aquinas has found themselves down in some games. They were down to Monroe, for an example. As now here will be the snap, the handoff going to Oberlees, and Oberlees will squirt ahead, and he'll get it down to about the 11-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 7.
Oberlees has been impressive here in the 2nd half. Really fueling this McQuaid run game throughout the course of the evening.
Burno is your fullback here. Leuzzi going into motion. Oberlees is going to get the call. Can he get around the left end? And he cannot. And a flag coming down, too, at the end of that play. Ben Kingsley sliding to make the good tackle. And is this a penalty here on McQuaid?
Did we see a face mask from Aquinas on that one?
Oh, I think you saw that. Yep, you got it.
That's tough. And you see the speed on the outside.
Oh, that's, yeah, they do get Kingsley on that.
Oberle's just, you know, too fast, and that's when those penalties happen. And you're beat.
Wow, and Kingsley had it. So automatic first down, 1st and goal from the 5, as we're back inside the Connors and Ferris injury law red zone here in the 4th quarter, as the handoff going between the tackles. We should also mention that play was good for another Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr. You get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. Second down and goal. Burno, the fullback. See if Oberle's will get the call again. He will. Oberle's makes one cut. Oberle's to the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown, McQuaid. Sean Oberle's. And the Knights go back ahead. It's now 13-12. Play good for another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The Home Improvement Company that cares.
4 runs on the play, just grinding it out on the ground. And a lot of it is Oberle's. 17 yards for that drive. And you mentioned Bruno is the tight end, or I'm sorry, is the fullback there leading the way for Sean Oberle's. The 5'8", 165-pound senior. He's having himself a nice little evening here at St. John Fisher College.
So the Knights are going to go for 2 to try to make this a 3-point game, and they might have to burn a timeout. They will have to burn a timeout. They're not ready for this as the play clock was down to 2. No, they're going to say reset the play clock. Two-point conversion as Collier goes into motion, and the throw going to Collier, and they say he did get it.
Nice.
Going down low to scoop that before it hit the ground. Two-point conversion good, and McQuaid now leads 15-12 here in the 4th.
Impressive catch, because that was a little off target. You can see him just kind of pull it up off the carpet, wide open.
We have a break on the field with our score 15-12. McQuaid leading Aquinas. Don't go anywhere. This is Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester. Welcome back to William Mattar's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive. McQuaid 15, Aquinas 12 here from Browning Stadium on the campus of St. John Fisher College is the A+ junk removal kickoff. A+, we want your junk. And now it's up to the Little Irish. See if they can get back the lead, and they're going to have some decent field position. Henry Gertzner coming up to make the tackle for McQuaid on the return that goes up to the 39-yard line. Go back to the decision by Bobby Bates, 4th and 10 at the 40. Most people would say, go for it. Now the punt there. And then Aquinas couldn't do anything. And then Aquinas, their punt then didn't go very far. So field position game working to McQuaid's favor.
Yeah, and Aquinas' special teams being tested with the punt game and with the missed extra point earlier. I mean, that's been the one flaw so far out of what has otherwise been a fairly good, solid game from both the Aquinas defense and offense.
I'm going to go empty set here. I don't think we've seen this so far out of Aquinas tonight. Here's going to be the throw, getting Benjamin. A little middle screen is Benjamin Burno. Who else? Making the tackle, stepping up. That's a gain of 8 there. So interesting is, for the first time tonight, Aquinas spreading it out here as they're down by 3 here in the 4th.
Yeah, and White can throw the ball, and we haven't seen him do a lot of it, but you get the ball in the hands of one of your playmakers in Benjamin and move the ball down the field. 70% passer on the season for Michael White, and 12 touchdowns to only 1 interception. And head coach Derek Anacino says he loves that week in and week out. He's just improving. He's getting better with each passing week.
Terrell Richards will be one of the receivers to the near boundary, and this is going to be 2nd down and 2. The snap and the handoff will go, and Imajay Giddens will be swallowed up. Henry Koch and others making a tackle. Officially, that's going to go for a loss on the play to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, I think the McQuaid sideline was looking for a false start penalty there on the Little Irish, but I think they'll take the outcome of that play, which didn't go for anything.
Right, because Giddens was kind of leaning forward to the line.
Looked like it.
Yeah. Well, here's 3rd down for the Little Irish, and I don't think they're thinking about 4th down just yet. Johnson going into motion. He'll be the snap, and it's going to be a play action to throw to, and then a big hit with the shoulder as Richards could not bring it in. Anthony DeMarco. That's how you do it safely.
Boy, lots of emotion. Boy, that defense is fired up for the Knights, and DeMarco making a great play to break this up. And you're right, Gene, that fundamental, just leaning in with his shoulder, breaking up the play, not leading with his helmet. Love to see that kind of defense by McQuaid.
Derek Anacino is going to keep his offense on the field. Santos has had a rough night at punter for Aquinas, so why not go for it on 4th down and 2? 4th down and 2. Big play for the McQuaid defense. Here's the handoff, and Giddens lowers the shoulder. Imajay Giddens brings it into McQuaid territory, gets 4 yards, and that's a 1st down presented by the Tracy Door Company. Get a Tracy Door, you get a whole lot more from the Tracy Company.
That is tough for McQuaid's defense. You had AQ on the ropes, and you forced him to a 4th down. And great effort by Imajay Giddens to stretch out, get that 1st down for the Little Irish.
Richards, one of the 3 receivers to the near side, 4 wide receivers overall. On 1st and 10 at the 49. The snap, lots of time, going long, Benjamin! Over the shoulders, got it inside the 15. Out near the 10, they will mark him out of bounds. Big play for the Little Irish.
Well, we've seen some great passes by both quarterbacks. This is the best pass that we've seen tonight from White, who I mentioned earlier, a 70% passer on the season. He can throw it long, and Benjamin with the over-the-shoulder grab. Good coverage downfield. Just a perfectly placed ball by White. And the Little Irish find themselves in the red zone.
1st and goal from the 8. Good for another Tracy Door Company 1st down. Get a Tracy Door. You get a whole lot more from the Tracy family. But back inside the Connors and Ferris injury law red zone. And now 4 chances for the Little Irish to take the lead. 1st and goal from the 8. Benjamin doesn't like it. It's going to try to bounce it to the outside. Benjamin, a stiff arm attempt, and it'll be pushed out of bounds. Smiley and others. No, you had Smiley and Collier, your 2 main defenders, pushing him out of bounds.
Yeah, and Collier getting a face full of hand from Benjamin with the attempted stiff arm here, as you can see. Trying to get to the outside and pushed out of bounds. Play that looked like it was designed to go up the middle.
2nd goal from the 6. Going toward Keating Terrace here at Granny Stadium. Quaid fans making a lot of noise as Benjamin will be split out. He's the lone receiver to the left on your screen. Giddens, the running back. Giddens gets the call. Giddens trying to break the tackle of Burno. And Burno held him up just long enough as Max Newcomb, 53, comes over to finish him off. That's a loss on the play. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 8.
Boy, if Aquinas can't punch it in here, don't you get the sense that all the momentum shifting towards McQuaid right now with this potential red zone stop. 3rd and 8.
You go to the air. Well, the matchup to watch, Benjamin against Collier on the left side. And now going into motion, rolling to the right, and then going across. Wide open, and then missing his man. Oh, perfectly designed play, Sean Riley.
Great design play, and everybody was fooled. Riley was wide open. You could see the misdirection, the throw across the field, and for as accurate as White was to get the Little Irish in this position, missing his target with Riley wide open.
Only the second time this year a field goal attempt coming up. This is Dominic Bronco. 1 of 1. His previous attempt was from 21 yards, made it. Ball will be spotted at the 15-yard line. This is going to be a 25-yard attempt. Now, what do we have?
Got a flag on the field.
Okay. And so it is going to be too many men on the field for McQuaid. Yeah, so it is not an automatic first down, just half the distance.
Bobby Bates letting the officials know his displeasure with that call.
Yeah, there were 12 men on the field. Sure enough, good job by the officials. So,
he was looking to get a timeout there before the field goal attempt.
Ball will be spotted at the 11. A 21-yard attempt. Snap down, kick is up. And we're tied. Dominic Bronco from 21 yards. Second field goal of the season. And what do you know? We're back to where we started. 15-15. So we're down to 6:21 remaining here as we take another look here at Dominic Bronco. Cool as ice. Getting that snap down. Ben Kingsley for the Little Irish.
Boy, this matchup has lived up to all the hype, hasn't it, Gene? What a great game we've had tonight between these two undefeated teams. The class of Section 5.
It's fantastic, isn't it? And now it's the little things. Well, we'll take a quick break here. Certainly a great game here. William & Tyr's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive here on CW Rochester.
Back here at St. John Fisher College, where we are tied at 15 here in the fourth quarter. You know, Derek Anacino told us earlier this week that they didn't even know if quarterback Michael White could throw it 5 feet when he got the call in week 1 at Victor. Well, White ended up throwing the game-winning overtime touchdown that week. He's held the job ever since, and the big throw down here late here in the quarter set up that game-tying field goal, guys.
Yeah, Kevin, and it's great that you brought up that Victor game that Aquinas would win in overtime is, well, a stiff arm, and it's put on the turf! And then falling on it. The return there, a little adventurous, and we will still have McQuaid with the ball. Back to the Aquinas Victor. Aquinas winning that game in overtime. Aquinas has had these sort of games so far this season. As for the Little Irish, Jaden Mabry with the strip there, and nearly costly for McQuaid. McQuaid hasn't been tested like this season. So McQuaid has won comfortably every game, where Aquinas, a few times this season, found themselves down in the first half. They were down to Pittsford in the first half. They were down to Monroe in the first half, and certainly they had to rally against Victor. First and 10 at the 30, and a penalty here, and it's going to be a false start against McQuaid.
Reading the body language of head coach Bobby Bates, McQuaid head coach Bobby Bates on the sideline. He's got some frustration right now, and I know he expects more out of this group. These kind of mental errors when you're trying to win this game, all tied up now. Can't have them.
So Oberles is going to come out. It'll be Harding back in at running back. Leuzzi is the receiver, one of the two on the far side. And it'll be Harding getting the call, and he's got a lot of room to the near side. Across the 30, across the 35, and it'll be spun out of bounds. It'll be short of the marker. And again, that's Sean Riley with the tackle.
Great job on the left side of the McQuaid line. We've been calling Quante Gillian's name a lot. He's been a force rushing the passer on that defensive end side, but he was turned inside and allowed that run to go outside for the nice gain.
Gain of 14 on the play. Second down and 1. As Mahar is under center. Mahar will hand off to Harding, and Harding is not going to get it. Harding is going to be tackled by John Vandenbush. But they're going to give them the first down. They're going to stay on the forward progress. All they needed was one. You get the one. Good enough for another Tracy Dorr Company first down. Get a Tracy Dorr, you get a whole lot more.
Very generous spot. Very generous spot.
First and 10 at the 40. Smiley will be to the near side. Giddens covering him. That's a matchup to watch here. And then looking, and it's batted in the air, and it goes incomplete.
He was looking Smiley's way, though.
That was, you could tell.
Yeah.
Quante Gillians, by the way, getting his paw up into the air to break that up.
Yeah, Gillians is having himself a night on the defensive end. You can see just pressure all night long. He really has been making life hard for Mahar in that McQuaid backfield.
Second down and 10. As the linebacker's creeping up near that line, Harding is going to get wrapped up by Leone. And that'll be only a gain of about 4 on the play, and we've got an injured Knight player on the field that's down. We haven't had any injuries tonight, and certainly we don't want to see that here. 5:04 remaining here.
Yeah, for as great as this game has been, this is the last thing that anybody here wants to see.
Sean Mullen pointing out a fun fact. I remember this game too. 2009, McQuaid Aquinas. Last time they played here at Fisher, that also went to overtime.
Interesting.
Also went Aquinas also winning that game in overtime. See, but we're not going to say overtime here. Let's see if this is going to be. As we have the injured McQuaid player on the far side.
Great atmosphere all night tonight, even through the 1 hour delay, the fans holding out.
If we can get the camera on their midfield, the two head coaches are actually out in midfield. Anacino and Bates are both out there. So Anacino was coming over and grabbing Coach Bates. So that certainly is noteworthy. Not get the number there on the McQuaid player.
But you see the mutual respect for both of these teams. Both head coaches so classy and well prepared.
Derek Anacino is telling his whole team take a knee here. And everybody on the McQuaid sideline also taking a knee with their fallen teammate. (15-15) is our score. 7-6 was our score at the half. But in reality, if you were just tuning in here, it's been a long night so far here. We had a weather delay of over an hour. But thankfully, Mother Nature clearing things up here. And this will bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Knights. Okay, so as they are bringing a stretcher out here, our sideline reporter Kevin Roche telling us.
They do their best to immobilize him as the stretcher gets wheeled out into the field. Nothing but positive thoughts for that young man. Hope that whatever the injury may be, it's not too serious.
So again, we do not have the number on this player for McQuaid. Okay, as Kevin Roach reported earlier, the number 1 on the side of the helmets. That was something that Bobby Bates instituted back in 2015 when he took over here at McQuaid. Everybody plays as one, so one of their brothers down on the field right now.
Yeah, we can tell you that it is not number 1 that is down for McQuaid, because no one will wear number 1 as long as Coach Bates is roaming the sidelines. And certainly Bobby Bates concerned for his injured player. He overseeing the player being moved to a stretcher now.
The McQuaid players are actually gathering together in prayer here on the near sideline. So family members are now being escorted onto the field here on the near side.
Parents' biggest nightmare when you play this game.
Yeah.
Any game.
Everybody watching, get this young man your thoughts right now.
You see Aquinas head coach Derek Arachino, part of that huddle.
Well, that was the first sign something was really wrong when Derek Anacino came across the field to get McQuaid head coach Bobby Bates. 2 men that have great respect for one another. That was something you typically don't see, obviously, in a tie game in the 4th quarter.
We had the chance to talk to head coach Derek Anacino earlier this week, and mentioned that this actually works out for Aquinas, being able to play McQuaid later in the season rather than earlier in the season, as they've squared up against each other early in the season the last couple of years. McQuaid getting the best of Aquinas the last three times that these two teams have matched up.
I'm just wondering. Game of 15-15. 2 rivals, and what's happened, what is happening right now. Do we just call this a tie at this point? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. This is not the sectional final. These two teams certainly on a path to meet each other again in the sectionals, you would figure.
Yeah, both teams entering tonight 6-0. Similar paths. You mentioned how Aquinas had been tested a handful of times this season. Wins over Victor, Fairport, Pittsford, Monroe, Rush, Henrietta, and then Victor again just last week. And for McQuaid, they've taken care of Hilton weeks 1 and 6 with wins over Monroe, Victor, Rush, Henrietta, and Fairport sandwiched in between. All right, we have Owen Bagman, lineman for McQuaid,
who was actually questionable with a thumb injury, and he was playing through it earlier. So this is
a 6', 215-pound sophomore for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, you're starting left guard on the team. McQuaid players on the near side are all on one knee. There is an ambulance on site, and the ambulance is remaining over at the Policini Track and Field Complex. So they have not brought the ambulance directly onto the field here.
Have the chance to see head coach Bobby Bates walking back towards the sideline, exasperated. A lot of emotion on the field right now. And here comes the ovation as he gets on the stretcher.
And now, from the sideline, all the McQuaid players racing out there to show support for their fallen brother.
Both of these programs are so impressive, aren't they, Gene? And these young men are going to go off and accomplish great things in their lives. You can just tell when you have conversations with them, when you see how they conduct themselves on the field. They set a high standard for the rest of the section.
The first responders are still on the field here as the McQuaid players are coming over to the near side. Suddenly, whatever happens this game seems completely inconsequential. Amen. We'll get another round of applause here.
There you see him. Looks to be in good spirits. Good to see him some upper body movement. Going for a little ride. Let's hope that young man is. Let's hope that injury to that young man is nothing too serious.
So the official word is, it's his leg, and just it's a very serious break of the leg. So. And we had the wrong player. Shane Williams, we're being told. Shane Williams, 77, was the player. So Shane Williams, 77, was the injured McQuaid player. And we get Aquinas. Did they jump off? No, they're going to let the play continue on here. So somehow McQuaid has to get back to football as the play comes to the near side and short hops. So that was the starting center danger that was down for McQuaid, and we'll see here the reorganization here. That offensive line is now understandable why McQuaid wasn't crisp coming off of that play. This is going to be fourth down, and Bobby Bates is going to punt it away with 4:49 remaining. It's 15-15.
I see number 77 right here coming off the field, so I think we might have had it right all along that it was 78.
It's 71 on the field.
Right here, 77, right in front of us.
There he is. So getting conflicting reports here. We apologize for that. We'll go with Begeman as the player down.
Delay a game penalty.
And so McQuaid will take the delay of game
5
penalty.
yards. Penalty remains fourth down.
It was a McQuaid official who gave us the player that it was Williams, but as you mentioned, Danger Williams is on the sideline for McQuaid. 4th down. As here will be the kick. It'll be an end-over-end kick. That will be down at the 39-yard line with 4:41 remaining. And now for Aquinas in a 15-15 game where they've had success on the ground tonight. Sure, they're thinking not just score, but score and try to take as much time off the clock here. In the process doing so. McQuaid with 3 timeouts remaining. Aquinas just 1. And the actual time of day is going to be concerned. Here in the town of Pittsford, 11 o'clock is the curfew. So goes to overtime. That might be a concern. Here's going to be White in the pocket. He's going to go for it all. Wants a man, and then it's going to be intercepted by Collier. Collier on the near side of the pass intended for Terrell Richards. Collier, the 45 to 50, the 45 to 40. Collier gets a block, makes a man miss, and it finally is going to be brought down at the 29-yard line. John Brady with the tackle, and a big play by one of the best corners in Section 5, number 13, Zay Collier.
Boy, I can't blame Derek Onachino for going for it and trying to ice this game with the deep ball. This is the first time we've seen White make a mistake with his arm. And the interception by, you mentioned, you tested one of the best corners in Section 5, Zay Collier. You see that athleticism on the return as well. Big play from McQuaid.
John Mahar, now let's see if the Knights, and they weren't set. Well, a flag coming down from the backside.
There's a flag.
And it's going to be against
Illegal
Aquinas.
substitution against Aquinas.
So illegal substitution there against the Irish. Oh no, this McQuaid sideline is buzzing here. They're alive. First and 5 as Mahar will hand it off to Oberles. Oberles, big run, and he gets tripped up at the 19-yard line. Could have been the touchdown. Ajay Giddens with the tackle as we take another look as we're inside the Hunters Affairs injury law red zone.
Run is good for McQuaid. First down, first and 10 for the Knights.
Yeah, if Giddens doesn't come out there to make that tackle, that's an easy 6.
Like good for another Tracy Door Company first down. Get a Tracy Door. You get a whole lot more from the Tracy family.
We're seeing Oberles do a lot of what he's done here in the second half. Let's see if they keep going to him.
As Oberles is going to get stood up and escape, takes his man. Johnson for a little bit of a ride as he gets inside the 10 and down to the 7.
Tough running in the second half by this young man, by Sean Oberles again. Finding the hole in the middle.
Second and 5.
Taking his hits. Hard to bring down. Deceptive.
Wade fans giving a chance here. I think those are the moms below us, danger. It's going to be the play clock at 5. Here'll be Oberles, and Oberles not able to get much as the Aquinas defensive line hanging tough here.
Yeah, swallowed up by Brady on that one. He was right there. And you talk about a size disadvantage, and Brady just engulfed him.
Third down.
Dominic Sansone might be coming on to make a very big field goal here. As the play clock is, McQuaid is going to bleed clock here either way. The clock is down to 10. They are managing this game here. This is third down and short. 3rd and 4. The snap, rolling left. Mahar. Mahar can run for it. He is! Touchdown! Touchdown, McQuaid! John Mahar! As the Knights go ahead with 2:24 remaining. McQuaid is taking back the lead.
29-yard drive, 3 running plays capped with Mahar, kind of deking out the entire Aquinas defense. It's a little fake. Directing traffic? No, not really. Just telling you where I'm headed for 6.
Other American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. This can make it a 7-point game as Sansone snap down, kick is up, has the distance, and that is good. 22-15. And now Aquinas is going to have to tie this game with just one timeout remaining. And again, the return by Collier, setting all that up on the interception. Zay Collier, big defensive play. The first takeaway from the Knights, setting up McQuaid with a short field.
Yeah, it's cliche, and you hear it in every football game, but turnovers make all the difference in the world, don't they? And again, I don't know that I blame Derek Anacino for dialing up the long pass, trying to go for the throat. You let your athlete make a play against their athlete.
John Mahar having some fun with our camera crew down there. And for Mahar, he had some moments earlier in this game. He threw an interception, came down off the field dejected, but coaches came over him, said, pick your head back up. That he did, and then he was able to throw a touchdown pass to Collier to put McQuaid ahead 7-6 at the time.
I think he's had a great game. I mean, he's made plays when there isn't any there. He's taken a lot of times what the defense has given him. You take away that one interception from the first half, and he's played nearly flawless.
Certainly a leading candidate right now for attorney William Matar's player of the game. As here will be the squib kick, and Aquinas will bring it ahead. This will be Riley. Riley trying to get around that left corner, still on his feet, and now will be driven back. 2:16 remaining. And now the McQuaid sideline, the McQuaid defense. Everybody's fired up here for this game.
First and 10. To the Irish, 37.
And again, those are the McQuaid moms just yelling, hold them defense, hold them in front of us. McQuaid students to our right, they're all on their feet.
Both of these programs with just amazing support from the alumni and the parents, communities that they're a part of. Just a great night of football here at St. John Fisher College.
3 wide receivers. And now let's see if White can shake it off. White. Now we'll have the roller as White. He's under pressure. He's going to throw, and that should be intentional grounding. No, they're going to actually say that Amaje Giddens was in the area. And what a smart play by the offensive lineman not to touch the ball there.
Second and 10.
So there is no flag on the play. Stops the clock with 2:07 remaining.
And McQuaid sideline fired up. They could smell blood in the water, Gene. They've got the lead, 2:07 left. And a chance to take care of Aquinas for the 4th consecutive meeting.
4 wide receivers. White out of the shotgun, takes the snap. White, he's going to go long over the middle. 2 men in the same area. It's going to be broken up. Johnson, the intended receiver, Richards running the same route, essentially. It's now 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, you're going to see DeMarco coming on this play as well to break it up. Jaleel Johnson, normally sure-handed. DeMarco with a nice play, good physical play on defense to break that pass up.
White coming back to the sideline. Can the Little Irish pick this up? Paris Smiley is urging the crowd here to get on their feet here for McQuaid. Benjamin to the far side. He's going to be guarded by Collier. Here's the snap on 3rd and 10. White stepping up. White throwing over the middle. It's got a man wide open. That's going to be Johnson into McQuaid territory. Good enough for the first down. Ball comes out, and I think he gets it back there. As it goes down to the 46-yard line. That play good for another Tracy Door Company first down. Get a Tracy Door. Get a whole lot more from the Tracy family.
Jaleel Johnson, who was had the pass broken up the last play, converting on the first down, dragging a few Knights with him as he goes to the ground, and Jaleel Johnson still on the ground.
We ask that you, after the game, and after the
see if we have some cramping here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It appears to be.
As quickly as possible, depart around the stadium as the lights will be going off at 11 o'clock.
So PA announcer Sean Mullen warning everybody, don't hang around because the lights are going off at 11 o'clock. And I do believe that's a kind of Pittsburgh ordinance rule. Don't hang around. Everybody go home.
Yeah, that's what they say, right? It's closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. The lights are getting shut off.
I think so.
We're going to milk every last second that we can being on this beautiful campus here at St. John Fisher College. I think everybody here is enjoying themselves tonight. We've weathered a delay. We've seen some really great Section 5 football. How great is this? Let's take it all the way up to 10:59, Gene.
Well, you and I want to make this perfectly clear, and we've had this disclaimer. We do not have a rooting interest on it for either team or any team in Section 5. But wouldn't it be something, Danger, if these two teams met again down the road in the sections? As here will be Johnson. Good to see him get to his feet.
And that's big for Aquinas, too, because they're going to need him down the stretch here. He's been a playmaker on both sides of the ball for them tonight.
That was a first down for Aquinas. Big first down. And now the Little Irish, they're 46 yards away from potentially tying this game. White takes the snap. White stops up, throws, got a man wide open. It's Richards. Richards inside the 30, trying to get to the near sideline. 25, 20, 50, 10, scoots out of bounds. Terrell Richards, we've been waiting for him all night, and there he gets loose for a big gain for the Little Irish.
He is fast, deceptively fast. He surprises his coaches with how fast he is. And yeah, we've been talking about Richards, who's the team's top receiving option. You can see what he does in the open field, leaving some players in his dust. Head coach Derek Anacino, he told us it doesn't even look like his feet touch the ground when he gets going. You got to see it there on that gigantic play for the Little Irish that have him in business now with 1:33 to go.
Back inside the Counters and Ferris injury law red zone, first and goal from the 9. Little Irish down by 7. As you see, we're down to 1:33 remaining here tonight. White with time, fires, end zone, caught, touchdown! Touchdown! Aquinas. Who else? Will Benjamin, his 13th touchdown of the year for number 13. And now, if you're Aquinas, do you go for 2 here to take the lead, or are you kicking an extra point? What do you do? What do you do as we take a look at that touchdown? That's another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. American Custom Exteriors and Interiors, the home improvement company that cares.
Selfishly, I want them to kick it so that they tie it and this doesn't end. I just want to keep watching these guys play. This is a lot of fun.
And Aquinas is going to call their timeout. You know the players are telling Coach Anacino, we want to win it. Let's win it here.
By the way, do you think the coaches know that there's an 11 o'clock curfew? Because if this game does end up going to overtime, what do you do?
Yeah.
You suspend play?
Like, does Fisher look the other way?
We've got some drama
Yeah.
here on the campus of St. John Fisher tonight, Gene. I like it.
I'd be calling up the town supervisor here in Pittsburgh, be like, hey, here's the situation. Can we just keep the lights on here tonight? This is really, really fun. I'm saying you go for it. You go for 2. You don't play to tie like that. And I understand you would potentially have overtime here.
Hey, given how the special teams unit has played for Aquinas, the missed extra point early in this game, you can't really fault them if they decide to go for 2 here, can you?
Michael White, outstanding on both of those plays. And what do you know? They're going to go for the win.
This is it.
So what you want, 2 top 10 teams in the state. Here's the 2-point conversion. White, snap. White looking left side, throws. It's broken up. It's broken up. This is going to be a McQuaid lead here. 22-21. Aquinas is out of timeouts. McQuaid can go to the victory formation. McQuaid is going to win this game.
Another huge stop by DeMarco. And you also saw Koch in on that play as well. Who was it? Collier and Koch. I mean, again, you're testing one of the best corners in Section 5.
Collier recognizing coming off his own man to come over and help to break that up. Henry Koch and this McQuaid team.
Great play by the defense there when you needed him to stiffen up with everything on the line.
Well, I called this a win for McQuaid here, but there is a possibility that McQuaid could not get the onside kick here, which is certainly coming. Kevin Roche pointing out that Terrell Richards was wide open on the near boundary, but the play was going to the left side, and Kyle White was not looking to his right side on that. Well, Dominic Bronco, how good is he at kicking this odd-shaped sphere? The onside kick. It's going to go the 10 yards, and McQuaid has it. And now they'll be able to take the victory formation as Aquinas is out of timeouts.
It was close there for a second, wasn't it, Gene? Majay Giddens, whose name we've called a lot, the burst of speed as that ball was crossing the 10-yard mark. Just not able to get there fast enough. It's a heartbreaker for Aquinas.
I tell you, it sets the table for the sectionals, does it not?
Oh, it's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic as we have one more week of regular season action. Next week we'll be wrapping up our regular season at Fairport. Monroe and Fairport will be our Friday night rivals game of the week, as McQuaid will take one knee, and they'll have to do this one more time. Who do we want to name the Attorney William Matar player of the game? I say it's the guy who's going to get the snap here.
I agree. I think Mahar's had nerves of steel this game. He's been under pressure. He's made throws under duress. Beautiful pass earlier for a long gain. Mahar, showing a lot of skill. Dynamic quarterback for McQuaid.
Yeah, so we will make John Mahar tonight's Attorney William Matar player of the game. There's the snap, and team shaking hands, and they technically they got to do it one more time here, which they will. And now celebrate McQuaid. You did it. McQuaid now 7-0 on the season, and Aquinas, the heartbreaker, but you got a chance at redemption. It's called the sectionals coming up. Like Danger, not often do you get a game that lives up to the hype. Tonight this game did.
Absolutely, and you see the mutual respect for both of these programs as they meet. Midfield, they knew everything that was at stake tonight, and man, they gave us an entertaining game. That was a lot of fun.
There you see the two head coaches embracing the illuminating expression, scoring summary of the game, illuminating expressions where light comes to life. And it comes down to a two-point conversion that was broken up by the Knights at the end. Koch, Collier, and the Knights defense getting it done in the end. Our final score tonight from St. John Fisher College, McQuaid 22 and Aquinas 21. Kevin Roche and our post game will be coming up here shortly, where we'll be handing out the trophy at the end of tonight.
Almost forgot about the Friday Night Rivals trophy. Oh, these McQuaid Knights don't even know what's in store for them. What a celebration.
Well, hopefully we get that in before they automatically, the lights go at 11 o'clock here. Part of me just wants to see if that really is going to happen here at St. John Fisher College. As for now, we're keeping it right here as the teams are shaking hands, and we will take a quick break. Kevin Roche coming your way next year. Our final score tonight from Groundy Stadium. McQuaid 22, Aquinas 21 here. Friday Night Rivals, presented by William Matar and driven by Matthews Automotive, CW Rochester. As here's our player of the game, John Mahar, finding a couple players as we go downstairs. Kevin Roche with head coach Bobby Bates.
Coach Bobby Bates, after that big 1-point victory, perfect season still intact, and you're the Friday night rival champions this week.
Thanks a lot, guys. It was a great night. That's a heck of a football team, and you know, man, it was a battle all night long. You know, we had big plays here and there, but you know, they're tough, man. They're tough, and they're very well coached. So it's a fun run right now. Let's keep it going. But thanks a lot. I appreciate this.
Best of luck to you the rest of the way next week, and then obviously in the sectionals. All right, McQuaid winners tonight, 22-21. Gene?
Thank you, Kevin. Want to thank everybody on the broadcast here tonight as, once again, our final score here, McQuaid 22, Aquinas 21. We'll be with you from Fairport High School next week. Thanks to Steve Sinusall, Kevin Roche, everybody here at St. John Fisher College as well. For my partner, Mike Danger, my name is Gene Battaglia. Thank you for watching tonight. William Attire's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Matthews Automotive, 22-21. Our final score tonight, McQuaid taking this game. Have a good night, everyone.
The MVP for McQuaid goes to number 13, Zach